Hey there, I'm Joe Carter. If you've ever popped the hood and thought, where do I even start? You're in good company. Around here, we take the mystery out of car repair, one fix at a time. Whether you're a beginner or just looking to sharpen your skills, there's something here for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you're into learning without the headaches. All right, that's enough from me. Let's get into it.
Appearance of extraneous noises when turning indicates incorrect operation of the hydraulic power steering system. Let's consider why the power steering hums, as well as ways to get rid of the hum. Causes. Among the most simple reasons that cause power steering hum are leaky circuit, which leads to air getting into the system. ATF fluid, which is poured into the hydraulic power steering system, has a certain density, even if the catalogue of original spare parts lists a special fluid for power steering. The packaging will be the same ATF dextran. Of course, the density of air is much lower, and therefore the ingress of air bubbles into the system causes the effect of a worn-out pump. When the volume of fluid captured by the rotor blades is compressed, the air escapes, resulting in less oil entering the system. A characteristic sign of an inflated system is foaming oil in the tank. When operating the car with such a malfunction, accelerated wear of the pump occurs, so the air intake should be eliminated as soon as possible. Low fluid level. The oil in the system is used not only as a working fluid but also for heat dissipation. As with any assembly in which there is friction, the pump parts are designed to work in a certain temperature range. The power steering pump oil has its own operating range. A small amount of fluid will not cope with heat dissipation, which will lead to its overheating and liquefaction. This contributes to noise and accelerated wear. Too low a fluid level, as in the case of a leaky fluid circuit, can lead to air suction. Poor quality or incorrect oil grade. Over time, the fluid inevitably loses its physical and chemical properties. As a result, the lubrication and heat dissipation capacity deteriorates. Check the high-pressure hoses, tubes to the steering rack and the lines from the reservoir to the pump. Often leaks in the system will manifest themselves as leaks. If the hose in the place of leakage or suspected place of suction does not have fogging, indicating the presence of cracks, replace the clamps. To the appearance of an air plug could lead to improper replacement of the fluid GUR. To expel air from the system, open the reservoir cap, and then turn the steering wheel from stop to stop 5 to 6 times, staying in the extreme positions for 3 to 5 seconds. You can check the oil level by unscrewing the cap of the GUR tank, which is also a dipstick. The lower mark is the minimum oil level when cold, and the upper mark is the maximum fluid level. When the pump is running, the fluid heats up and expands in volume. The amount of fluid in the system is normal if the level is in the middle, plus or minus a few millimeters, of the two marks when cold. The vehicle must not be parked on a slope when checking. The quality of power steering oil is checked by a drop test. Drop a small amount of fluid onto a clean, light-colored rag. The vast majority of cars use red-colored fluid, but, for example, original BMW and Audi power steering oil may be green. In the process of operation, the oil gets a little cloudy, but this will not be the cause of the hum. If, however, in the tank you found a black-colored liquid, with a smell of burning, you should make a complete replacement of the oil. Power steering also hums after working on emulsion, which indicates the ingress of water into the oil or mixing of incompatible liquids. What exactly the power steering fluid should be poured in your car is specified in the repair and operation manual. If desired, you can replace the power steering fluid with your own hands. According to the average statistical regulations, it is necessary to change hydraulic power steering oil every 60 to 70,000 kilometers, or after 5 to 6 years of operation. Many cars have a filtering screen inside the hydraulic fluid reservoir. Clogged filter element can lead to oil starvation and, as a consequence, pump failure. When replacing the fluid, the mesh must be cleaned or you can simply buy a new tank. Unusual causes. A power booster rumble can be caused by the bearings inside the pump wearing out. Due to natural wear and tear, the bearings only fail at extremely high mileage. Unskilled installation when the bearing is installed with a misalignment or an over-tightened drive belt can cause the unit to fail. Bearing wear is characterized by an increase in noise, which, as practice shows, is more like a rustle than a hum. Increase in noise is not only when turning the steering wheel, but also when the engine speed increases. Looseness of the belt causes a squeak, and the belt may slip if moisture gets on the pulley. When slipping, the force on the steering wheel changes, so it seems that the steering rack bites. The design of the node does not assume the occurrence of such symptoms during operation, so when searching for the causes of extraneous noises on the faults of the steering rack should be paid attention to in the very last place. Pump failure. Too low a level of liquid in the tank. Incorrect replacement, in which the old fluid is expelled by starting the engine. The pump capacity is so high that oil starvation occurs after 2 to 3 seconds. Dry running causes overheating of the rubbing edges, scoring, etc. Ignoring oil change dates. Using the wrong fluid. Mixing incompatible oils. Getting dirt, water into the GUR tank. Why does the rumble occur? In conclusion, understanding the causes of power steering hum can help you maintain your vehicle's performance and ensure a smoother driving experience. Whether it's low fluid levels, air in the system, worn-out components, or issues with the pump, addressing these factors promptly can prevent further damage and costly repairs. Regular maintenance and being attentive to any unusual noises can go a long way in keeping your power steering system in top shape. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more automotive insights.